As you can tell by the date, it's the last day of Nebraska's archery season. Snuck out here a little bit late. It's 3:22 or so, so the time I get set up, I'm gonna have but an hour and a half or so, but it's the last day, so you don't know unless you try. Had a few good encounters. We had a trail cam up here and got quite a few good pictures of some bucks moving through here during the rut, but figured we'd give it a try since it's the last day of archery season. Gonna sneak back in here, get set up, and hopefully see something. I'm gonna keep sneaking up here. We'll get really close to some bedding, so I'll have to be real quiet, and I'll sneak around. So that's why I'm talking right now, so that when I get in there, I can get everything set up, be quiet, and get ready for this evening. Got some ag food sources here behind me that I'm gonna be watching. Hopefully they come out of bedding, out onto these food sources here for our last hunt. Finally made it back up in here. Like I mentioned earlier, we don't have a whole lot of time, but we're out there today, sitting over a couple of food sources. There's cut beans right here, cut corn across the way. This is a bedding area back here. On the way in, it's a whole bunch of good buck sign from the rut. Now, whether they're in here right now, I have no idea, but there's a bunch of good sign down here. Chance on a trail cam here. A couple of years ago, got a bunch of good bucks on camera, so there could be something here. I'm gonna try to fill a couple late season doe tags, but for the regular season content, this is it. The year definitely didn't go as we had hoped. We didn't see a lot this December. We definitely learned a lot this year, but in the hunt that you guys are about to see, it's kind of a series of hunts of our late season, our December, trying to fill a tag, a doe tag, buck tag, muzzleloader, and archery. So this is just kind of how we ended the year. It's a little slow, not as action-packed as maybe some of the other ones, but we still learned some stuff, and we wanted to show you guys what happened in December. It wasn't great, but this is what happened.
What's up, guys? We're continuing our muzzleloader hunting this December here in Nebraska, but I'm headed down for a couple hunts, hopefully, on this property, probably depending on what we see tonight. But this is a pretty good field. It was for us last year. It's actually a food plot, which we don't hunt very often on public, but it's such an attractive field to the deer. It's got sugar beets or turnips or something in it that when it gets this cold like it is today, it feels like 11 degrees with the wind chill. So it's finally gotten cold. I think the deer are going to be hitting that field. We don't sit over food plots very often, but we did last year and seen two really nice bucks out there. Hopefully that's what happens tonight, because we know exactly where to sit. We know where they like to come out of from our recent history and hunting it last year. So I'm headed down there now, sit over that food plot, which is weird to say for us on public land. We're gonna go sit over that food plot, and we'll hopefully some deer come out, and hopefully a buck comes out for us. Well, made it down, got all my stuff. It's not too far of a walk, so we're just gonna head down, sneak down the hill. We're gonna sit kind of right on this end. There's kind of like a walnut grove or something there that's really thick. They all just pile out of there. At least that was what they were doing kind of earlier in the year, and then for sure last year when we were down here. So that's where all the bucks and almost all the does came from. So we're gonna sit right on this end. Got a really strong north wind because it feels like 11 degrees out, but it'll be blowing right in our face. Our wind will be going up over the hill, so we shouldn't have a wind issue, but we'll check it with the milkweed once we get in there. But really not much of a tactic other than using the past information that we gained from earlier in the year, and then definitely from last year. We're just using that information, taking what we learned, and trying to capitalize on it. So we're gonna go sneak down the hill like I said, and then get set up here for a few hours. Hopefully some deer start showing up. Sometimes they show up pretty early on this field, so we'll see. Well, made it in. I think I'm set back off the food plot far enough, enough stuff behind me that when the does come out before the bucks do, that they won't be able to see me. I feel like they're getting kind of squirrely next time I come in. I might sit up on the hill farther. It just adds 10 yards or 15 yards to a shot is all, so no real big deal. But I think I'm good here. I can really cover this end of the field really well, which is where they're coming out before. So there's turnips, there were sugar beets or something in the field. You can't really tell now. All the tops are pretty much dead, so you can't really see them from here, but they're out there. So that's what we're kind of banking on, is when it gets this cold, deer need to want to go hit that good food source. So we'll sit here and wait. Usually, it kind of always depends. It's never really the say must when the deer come out. Sometimes they're out early, other times they're out way late. So we'll just sit here till dark and hopefully some deer start coming out of this corner down. We got about an hour left now of shooting light. That small 4x4 little basket rack came out with that doe, and he's sure checking her out. Hopefully a buck bigger than that one comes out. We could have got a shot at that one. We could have just scooted around. He was right here in front of us. But that bodes well for at least coming back tomorrow night, knowing that that doe might be a hot doe, and that buck's in there. There's got to be a bigger one back there. But again, they're coming out of that kind of walnut grove or whatever. It's just super thick and nasty, and they always bed back in there, and they always just come right out in this corner. So I don't know, good start, but I am like frozen solid. It looks nice out, it's not, but the deer, that buck and doe, kind of helped warm me up for a little bit. So got another hour, hopefully some more and some bigger ones show up. Well, that'll wrap up this evening. We're about ready to get up and head out, but had 3 or 4 does come back across probably 15 minutes after that buck walked in front of me. Nothing else has come out. I think they're going up, and they're heading up a trail that goes to a different food source, so I might hang a trail camera up there just to see what's walking through and when it's walking through. But just 4 or 5 does, which is pretty low for this field. Usually there's 8 to 10 of them. That one little 4x4, and then 4 or 5 does, but that's good enough for me to keep going back. I think it's just a matter of time before a bigger buck shows up. This spot works out really well because all those does walk by, that buck walked by, none of them even thought I was here. So I obviously have a really good cover here, and it makes for a perfect shot and perfect filming. So good spot, but we'll head out now and be back tomorrow.
I'm back in this spot this morning where I was set up probably 13 or 14 days ago. It's been a couple weeks since we've been back in here, but I'm in this spot where I had that nice 4x4 just out of bow range when I was hunting in here with my bow instead of the muzzleloader. So came back in here today. It's the first time we could get back in here, so we're hoping to see something this morning. Most likely, with our luck, we're probably not going to see anything. We were in here before. We needed the muzzleloader. See the buck. We'll be in here now. We probably won't see a thing. So Dad's here with me too. He's hunting down farther in the spot that he's hunted the last couple times. So took a couple guys down in here. See what we can't see. Brody and I are back here. It's December 24th, so we only got like 7 days left here, and so far we haven't seen anything this morning, but it's still pretty early. It's only been half an hour maybe. We're trying to figure out where the deer are here in the late season and try to get on them, but we haven't seen anything so far, so we'll sit this morning and see what happens. Where was it at? North. In the field. Yeah, or right along that edge. See where you can see out. That's where it was. It was running this way. I don't know if we'll see it again or not. Definitely a deer. Alright, there's another one. There's another one. They're walking through that gap over there, Brody. About 100 yards straight out. Doe. Okay. There's two of them. I got one. Yeah, there could be one behind me. That third doe is getting close to that gap now. She's probably 20 yards to the west of that gap. The other one's walked through. There's another doe. Yep. There's three of them. Yep. She's going to be walking through the gap here. Or running through it. Well, we didn't see anything more after those does came through, so we decided to climb down now. We're just going to try to still hunt our way back this way, since we got two people here. I can run the camera, he can still hunt and be ready to shoot right away, so hopefully run into something. If we can bump something, get a chance at it, chance to take a shot. So see what happens. Still on our way back to the truck. So as you can tell, our December was a little slow. We tried some wind bumps here the past 2 or 3 days, just trying to get something moving and fill a tag. We wind bumped a whole bunch of different draws in different areas, trying to bump deer towards Jansen. We didn't even bump a deer out, so kind of hard to harvest a buck or a doe when there ain't even any deer in the places that you're hunting. So that's what we were kind of dealing with here in our late season in our December. So appreciate everybody following along this year. We should have some great scouting content coming up in the January, February, early March time frame, and then it'll be right on to turkey season. So we appreciate everybody who's a new subscriber that saw us this year and subscribed to our hunts, and everybody that's been following along with us the last couple of years. We appreciate all your guys' support and for liking our channel. Thanks for watching. Wait till she steps that foot forward, you know. Yeah.